Dear students, in this lab video, we study about the experiment to draw the frequency response characteristics of lag lead compensator network and also the determination of its transfer function. Before we are going to study about the lag lead compensator network, we know about the objective and outcome of this experiment. The objective of this experiment is to design and analyze the lag lead compensator for the given specifications. The outcome is design, analyze and simulate lag lead compensator for the given specifications. Aim. The experiment to draw the frequency response characteristics of the lag lead compensator network. Also to determine the transfer function of the lag lead compensator network. Apparatus required decade resistors 2 numbers. The value is 1 kilo ohm, 918 ohm. The decade capacitors 2 numbers, that is 0.1 microfarad. Signal generator 3 megahertz range 1 number. CRO 25 megahertz range 1 number. Probes 3 numbers. Connecting wires as required. Theory. The lag lead compensator is nothing but the combination of the lag compensator and lead compensator. In lag lead compensator, the lag section has one real pole and one real zero with pole to the right of the zero. The lead section also has one real pole and one zero, but the zero is to the right of the pole. When the both section is used for steady state and transient response requirement improvement. What are the advantages of phase lag lead compensation? Due to the presence of phase lag lead network, the speed of the system increases because it shifts gain crossover frequency to a higher value. Due to the presence of phase lag lead network, accuracy is improved. The single lag and lead compensation that cannot fulfill the steady state and the transient response and then the bandwidth margin. That's why we have to combine together. We get the lag lead compensation is the more advantageous compared to the single one. Now you see the circuit diagram. The circuit consists of R1, R2, C1, C2, input voltage Vn and the output voltage V0. The resistor R1 and the C1 connected in parallel. The resistance R2 and the C2 connected in series. Both are connected in series. The input voltage Vn is applied to the network by using signal generator. The output V0 is taken from the CRO. Now, how to derive the transfer function? The step 1, apply Laplace transform to lag lead compensating network and analysis applying KVL. The VA of S equal to Z1 plus Z2 multiplied by I of S, where I of S is the current in the circuit. Z1 is nothing but R1 parallel C1S. That means the R1 and C1 is the parallel combination. Z2 equal to R2 plus 1 by C2S. That is the R2 and C2 is the series combination. The output voltage V0 of S equal to Z2 into I of S. The transfer function V of S divided by Vi of S, that is output divided by input, equal to Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2. The continuation of a derivation of determination of transfer function. The step 2 is after simplification of the transfer function V0 of S divided by V of S, we get the general transfer function of a lag lead compensator is Gc of S equal to, the numerator is S plus 1 by T1, S plus 1 by T2. The denominator is S plus 1 by beta T2, S plus beta T1. In this transfer function, the T1 represents R1 C1, T2 represents R2 C2. So therefore the R1 C1 plus R2 C2 plus R1 C2, that is equal to 1 by beta T2 plus beta T1. Now the procedure. First we calculate the lag lead compensator network transfer function. Then based on the given specification, we can calculate the pi m, the frequency F1, F2, F3, F4, because 4 corner frequency is there, and then we calculate the value of R1, R2, C1 and C2. Now as per the lead lag compensator network, we can give the connections. And now switch on the supply main and apply the sinusoidal input to the lag lead compensator network by using signal generator. Now you vary the frequency signal in step by step, and at each step we note down the corresponding magnitude of the output voltage and phase angle using CRO. From the readings we draw the frequency response of the lag lead network. Students, now I play the demo of lag lead compensating network. From the video you clearly understood how to give the connection and then conduction part of the lag lead compensating network. Students, so now I play the video.
Now I explain the lead lag compensating network. Lead lag compensating network consists of lag compensator network and lead compensator network. Aim of this experiment is to design the lag lead compensating network and to obtain its frequency response. Apparatus required: signal generator 1 number, CRO 1 number, decayed resistance box 2 numbers, decayed capacitance box 2 numbers. Connections: R1 and C1 both are connected in parallel, R2 and C2 connected in series, both circuits are connected in series. This is the lead lag compensating network. Now the incoming terminal of the R1 is connected to the incoming terminal of, that means capacitance, and then the outgoing terminal of the, that is the negative terminal of the R2 connected to negative terminal of the C1, and then the negative terminal of the C1 is connected to the positive terminal of the R2. The negative terminal of the R2 is connected to the positive terminal of the C2. Then the signal generator probe, that is the input probe. This is the input waveform probe from CRO. This is the probe from signal generator. Both probe positive connection. I connected it to positive terminal of the R1, and the negative is connected to negative terminal of the C2. And then this is the output waveform. The output probe, the positive terminal is connected to the positive terminal of the R2, the negative terminal is connected to the negative terminal of the C2. This is the connection. First, by using the waveform knob, I set the sine wave, and then using frequency knob, I set the 1 kilohertz, and then using amplitude knob, I set, that means 3 volt input voltage. 3 volt means 3, that means 6 divisions in the CRO multiplied by, that means 1 volt. So 1 into 6, 6, that means you can get, that means volts I set, that means 3 volts set in there. Then output is, you can press this same thing only. So 6 division multiplied by 0.5, we are getting the 3 volt. I set the input voltage 3 volts. Now this is the output waveform. Channel 2, channel 1, channel 2 only. Now you can vary the frequency by using the frequency knob. I vary the frequency. I put that 1.160 kilohertz. You see the frequency. This is the output waveform. So therefore the division is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.2. So the 5.2 multiplied by, that means that is the 0.5 knob, you can calculate the output voltage. And then the frequency means, then here that is the positive terminal 1 waveform, 1 division, that is the 2 division. So 2 multiplied by 1 millisecond. So the 1 millisecond multiplied by, that means 2.2. So therefore 2.2 millisecond. So the frequency equal to 1 by 2.2 millisecond. That is the frequency of output waveform. Then again you vary the frequency. Some ranges and all I set the frequency. So now you calculate the frequency of output form. Don't this frequency is not a output waveform frequency. Frequency how can calculate the x? That means the x-axis waveform positive cycles here 1. Again that means here 1 and then you can set the values and all. Here you see now the waveforms and all output waveforms. So input 1 positive cycle, negative cycle. So 1.3. So the 1.3 multiplied by that means 1 millisecond. You can calculate like that. You can vary the frequency and then you can note down the corresponding voltage. So in the tabular column, frequency, output voltage, gain and then phase angle pi, which is calculated by using the formula.
Dear students, I hope that from the video you clearly understand how to give the connection and how to conduct the lag lead compensating network. So the input voltage is 3 volt is constant for all the readings. Now for the corresponding input voltage 3 volt which is set by the frequency in the signal generator, corresponding you note down the output waveform frequency, output voltage V0, and then we can calculate it omega 2 pi ff, and then you can note down the phase angle from CRO, and then we calculate the gain in decibel by using the formula 20 log V0 divided by Vi. So I am taking totally 15 readings. So minimum you have to more than 10 readings you have to take, then only we can get the exact graph what we are expecting. You see, this is the pole 0 configurations. So here 2 0, that is the represented by circle, that is minus 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. Then 2 poles minus 1 by beta T2 and then minus 1 by alpha T1. Alpha is the lead and then lag is the beta. So this is a lead lag combination. So in the right hand side you see the figure, the corner frequency is 1 by beta T2, 1 by T2, 1 by T1, 1 by alpha T1. 4 corner frequencies. So the below diagram, this is nothing but the magnitude in decibel. This is the phase angle in degree. These 4 are the corner frequencies. So this is the lag. Okay, this is the lead, this is the lag only. So 2 poles and then 2 zeros and 2 poles. So this is the imaginary axis, real axis. Okay. Now you see the expected model graph. So x-axis frequency 1 by beta T1, 1 by T1, 1 by T2, beta by T2. Okay. Then this is the 0 decibel x-axis frequency. Y-axis phase angle pi in degree, then magnitude in decibel. The decibel, this is represents the 20 decibel per decade. Here 20 plus 20 decibel. This is a constant one. That is between 1 by T1 to 1 by T2. We are getting the constant magnitude. Okay. Then the phase angle, this is the 45 degrees 0. After that you can start it from here and then maximum at 1 by T1. Again that is increasing and then again you can like this. This is the phase angle waveform. This is the magnitude waveform. This is the Bode plot. This is the expected model graph. Now you see the actual model graph. The actual model graph also is similar to expected model graph. Result. Thus, a lag lead compensator network is designed for the given specification and also the frequency response is obtained. Also, we determine the transfer function of the lag lead compensator network is determined. The sample of Viva voice question with answers is given in this lab videos. when the lag or lead or lag lead compensation is employed. So the lag compensation when employed for stable system for improvement in steady state performance. But lead compensation is employed for stable as well as unstable system for improvement in transient state performance. But the combination of lag lead compensation is employed for stable as well as unstable system for improvement in both steady state and transient state performance. This is the advantages of lag lead compensation. Because the lag compensation only used for the steady state improvement only. The lead compensation is used for transient state performance. The lead compensation never used for steady state performance. The lag compensation never used for transient state performance. We want to get both means we can combine these lag and lead compensation. We get the lag lead compensation. This compensation is useful for both stable condition as well as the unstable system for the improvement of both steady state and transient state performance. Then frequency response. Already I told you the frequency response is nothing but the steady state response of the system when the input to the system is sinusoidal signal. This is very, very important. Okay. Then some another few Viva voice questions. So what is the difference between lead lag compensator? We already answer is given in the lead lag compensation experiment. Compensator used to improvement steady state. Steady state means what? Lag compensation. What compensator used to improve transient response of the system? Lead compensator. Which type of filter acts as a lead compensator? That means lead compensator we are using, that means R1, that is the C and all. And then what is the compensator act as the band pass filter? Which compensator act as a high pass filter? What is lag lead compensation? Just before we studied, what is the frequency response? What is the importance of the lag lead network? Importance is nothing but we want to get both steady state improvement as well as the transient state improvement. That's why we are using the lag lead network. Dear students, I hope that in this lab video you clearly understood the objectives, outcomes of these experiments, and then how to give the connection and then how to conduct the connections, why we have to combine the lead lag compensation, everything. Thank you student for watching this video.